Peter Bowes, BBC News in California.
More from our series on corruption now. Transparency International has just published a big global survey into corruption, and the findings make for some pretty grim reading. More than 100,000 people across the world were questioned, and most think corruption is on the rise. Dr. Gary Bush is the owner of a logistics company which operates all over the world. He says that corruption is a necessary part of his business.
We operate ships and airplanes all over the world, but especially in Africa and in Russia. The word bribe is never used because that's considered a pejorative term. In almost every country I've ever worked in North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia, it works exactly the same. In many cases, you have to give them cash. In many cases, you give them access to food on the ship to get your place ahead in the queue and to stop them from interfering with the business. You budget for them anyway, and you charge the client for that as part of the fee. I was working with some people in Nigeria, and as soon as we got ready to do the tender, we were approached to say, well, how would you like to see what other people are tendering, to see what their costs are, etc. And the people I was with said, well, we don't really need to know. And then the time came to present the tender, and they said, well, we have a terrible problem. We can't find your file. I said, well, ask them how much it would cost to find the file. So the guy said it's going to cost $10,000 to find the file. So he said, okay, you make sure they pay them the $10,000. They found the file, and they got the contract. I was one of the founding members of Transparency International. When I'm not corrupting people, I go to the meetings. But it seems hypocritical to do both. There's all kinds of morality. You're choosing one part of it. I have a morality that the people who work for me have to get paid. The Western people who make these judgments are doing this by choosing a particular type of morality. It's rather foolish.